what is happening to the world, especially with the new generation, professionals and leaders, is that there's a mindset of victimization and blaming others. You also have worked across different industries.
Yes.
And in one of the most diverse market.
So it's not just standing there doing the training. Deliver that 8-hour program, stand there 8 hours, takes a lot of energy, a lot of efforts to deliver one day session.
Yeah.
AI is right there.
From talent acquisition till talent development, everywhere there is AI element.
Could be a challenge if not done right.
What are some of the skills that a public speaker must have? From show floors to managing cultures, today's guest, he has a lot of experience in managing HR, learning and development, and a lot to share with us. So help me welcome Mr. Lavish Chopra on the behalf of HRME. Hi, Lavish. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I hope now I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lavish, we were discussing before this podcast. We were having a conversation about your journey.
Yeah.
So it will be great if we start from there itself. So tell me about the origin story. Like I was telling you how I accidentally got into HR.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing something else.
Yeah.
And then one of my client, he said, why don't you join us in HR?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, what's your story? How you came into HR function and L&D?
So, first, thank you for having me here. It's something which is different, and I really appreciate that. My journey was all about sales when I started my career. Only sales, operations, hardcore. And from there, I got into somehow, someone called me, hey, do you want to be in training? Do you want to be a trainer? I used to see trainers who trained me to be in sales. So like, why not? Let me give it a shot. So at that time, it was just a free flow.
Yeah.
Picking up the opportunities. We want to earn. We want to build our career young, It's like 18, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
So the person calls me and say, we have got your senior profile. Whatever we spoken good. Do you want to apply for a trainer? I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. I need money and I need to grow as well.
Yes.
That's just, I sat in front of the person, right how we are sitting. He said, I really like how you presented yourself and we'd like to give you the offer. That's how I got into training. As simple as that. But it was as difficult as that also.
Yes, of course.
Because no experience, no nothing, no background, only sales, command on the voice, and that's all they look. And then the personality in terms of how you present yourself.
Yes.
And that was my entry point. And from there, I never looked back. I got into it. I learned a lot. And when I got into that side of training, I was competing with already established L&D folks in the market. And I was like, I don't know this. I don't know that. And then that's when I started developing and working on myself.
Yeah.
And never looked back. So yeah. And since then, I've been enjoying every time I get into a training room. That's my stage.
Yeah.
That's something which I thoroughly enjoy and I love.
Yeah.
And it keeps me motivated.
Right.
Every single time I go in, no matter what session, even now, I just enjoy that.
Yeah.
And that's kept me going. In L&D, training, delivery, interacting with people, that's where I find my space.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you said that when you go and you start speaking.
Yeah.
So there are two approaches that I saw.
Yeah.
In my career also. Someone told me initially that think like everyone in front of you, they are dead. They're not there.
Yeah.
And you are the one who is alive.
Yeah.
And think like no one is above you and you are going to share your knowledge, message, whatever you want to share. So that was one piece of advice I received, and that really helped me in the beginning of my L&D career, where you are talking in front of the crowd. So let's start from there. So in public speaking, I can very well relate to you when you are saying when I go, on that stage, and it's something changes in you, right? You want to express yourself. You want to share. So let's start from there. So what do you think? What are some of the traits or some of the skills that a public speaker must have?
To be a public speaker, first, you yourself have to be confident in yourself that whatever you're saying, whatever you're going to do, wherever you're going to stand, you have the confidence in your pockets, front, back, up, wherever. You need to carry that as your uniform.
Right.
That's the first thing for a speaker. Second, never be shy. Don't feel afraid. It's okay. What will happen? They will shout at you. It's okay. Next time it will not happen. They will clap for you.
Right.
So to be a public speaker, you have to have the confidence to stand and talk.
Right.
Dance, whatever you can do, a public performance.
Yes.
That's a public speaker or presenter, whatever you want to present. So confidence is first key for sure. Second, how you connect with your audience. If you're not able to connect with your audience, they will not want to listen to you second time. Some may come for free, some may pay and come, but next time they're not coming. So if you're able to connect with your audience, that's you win the game. Third, in the overall public speaking piece, it's about how thorough you are with what you're presenting, your knowledge, your research, your subject mastery, how good you are with that, because anyone in the audience could be better than you, possible. They may ask you questions. And then comes is how you handle the conversations, how you navigate the conversations with your audience. Do you interact them or you just deliver one-side lecture?
Yeah.
So these are basic elements to be a public speaker you must have in your kitty of your, amongst all the other things from the skills perspective, I think.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And just going one step deeper into that.
Sure.
So again, I have seen people who feel like job of a trainer is to just speak nicely. Right, which was my initial understanding about this role. I thought our job is to just impress people, and you leave them speechless, and they feel like, wow, great speech. And then I realized that it is not, and our job is something more meaningful, which is to bring that change in their mindset, to make that change. And for that, you have to, like you rightly said, you have to understand the context, you need to have the knowledge and all of that. So bringing that shift in the mindset, or a simple question, how to make them learn. So would you like to throw some light on that? How to make someone learn?
So one of the very senior leaders who I look up to as well told me that L&D folks are the kingmakers, or the profession of, or this profession itself is very noble. That's what he tells me. And he says, because you are in this profession, because of that, you are the one who can make kings. So as L&D or as any trainer, as a trainer, I'm a trainer myself. So as a trainer, it's not only telling or giving, lectures and yarns to people, but also to ensure that whatever we are sharing, it is making an impact in your life. Whatever you're going to tell in that room to the audience, some of them may apply and will apply in different settings, consciously or subconsciously. So what you say, how you say, to who you say, does make an impact at every stage in their life. In my entire career, since the time I stepped into training till now, my first one of the initial assignments which I did with Hertz, so we were training the entire fleet, Hertz fleet, back in India. It was in Mumbai. So we went to the headquarters and, it was a project. And there were different senior trainers went there for the client presentation, we will do it. And then client was okay with them. And then there was one trainer client was not very happy about. So they said, okay, I was new in that time. And they said, okay, let's send this guy, Lavish, go and do the training for this batch. You wanted an opportunity? We are giving you an opportunity. I said, ma'am, this is all I need. So I went there, and sometimes people think English is very important. English is, or the language is important. What language you use is also very important.
Absolutely.
Which language connects with your audience, because that will make an impact to them. Hindi, English, any regional language, or any other language for that matter. I did that. It was delivered in Hindi because my audience was not able to understand English. My presentation was all in English. I said, let them be there. Let me connect with you. Let me talk to you. I know the content. I know what I'm here for. I'll train you on that. And I did that. And that's how a trainer gets the reputation.
Yes.
And I was one of the trainers who was continuously on that project until we completed the entire fleet. Good feedback, good, appreciations, acknowledgements from the client. So as a trainer, it's not just about training. It's a lot more than that, because what I did there did impact them, which eventually impacted their customers.
Yes.
And hurts overall as a business. So, and even after that, till now, UAE, South Africa, India, different markets I have trained, different audience, different people, different nationalities. There are a lot of people who have grown up the ranks because of their own capability and skills.
Yeah.
But I humbly receive their thank you even now, saying, I remember you trained me on this. Because of that, I was able to do that. Maybe I contributed this much. And they themselves put this much of effort.
Absolutely.
And they put me, as a complete credit given to me, which is very huge thing for me as a human, because I just did this piece. And you never know how much impact your this much in intervention can make in other person's life.
Absolutely.
They can bring them from here. Now they're directors, they're heads somewhere.
Yeah.
Some of them, they've gone into their own business line also.
Absolutely.
Maybe they're applying, maybe they're not applying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they still remember you.
Yeah.
This guy was there. He trained us. If they see your name, they recognize. Even now, a lot of people on LinkedIn message me, reach out to me. I hear from my friends. Oh, this guy was training me here. He trained me there. I know this guy, So it feels, you feel very happy. I feel very happy. It's a kind of recognition. This is my motivation.
Yeah.
This is one of the other elements that has kept me going in what I do. But yeah, it does make a lot of impact. So if somebody says L&D or a training is just going out doing the training, it's not just doing the training.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And in fact, if we ask ourselves, wherever we are in our life today, it is because of some teachers, some instructors, someone who told us something, that stayed with us, whosoever. I remember a couple of incidents. So first of all, I completely understand what you said, because I also have completed, I think, now way more than 10,000 hours of delivery of training. And especially I have, in the last few years, I have been training HR professionals.
Nice.
More than 5,000 HR professionals, over 20 hours of training.
Fantastic.
So when people come to you saying, I got promotion, I cleared interviews, I got an increment last week only. Someone called me, was so excited. I said, what happened? I got 40% increment.
Nice.
And how? I just applied something from the class.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that stays with us. And I think that's what fuels an instructor.
Exactly.
Or a trainer, that you are making such difference.
It does. Because, one of the recent examples, if I share with you. So I was doing interviews as well. And then I interviewed this young talent. And from the interview, I know that she was not, where
she should be.
She should have been. But I saw the intent, right intent, the genuinity in that person. And during the end of the interview, I said, okay, you know what? If you really are serious about getting into training or L&D, these are certain elements you should research and be thorough with them. If you are, you will be able to crack anywhere, at least to start, benchmark to start with. I just told her that no training, no nothing, but it's just a gesture which I, out of the genuinity of the person. The next thing I know, after 1 month, she calls me and she messages me actually. And then she's like, thank you so much. What you told me never happened with me during the interaction. And I did research and I applied same elements the way you told me in 2 interviews, and I got 2 offers.
Absolutely.
And I was in a position to choose which one should I go for. So thank you. I was like,
yes, absolutely. Exactly. And and that's what I think, where people like you and many L&D leaders I know of. I think what fuels you and many L&D leaders is the difference. The results that you see after those training programs. And like you said, something which you shared with them might help someone. I remember one of the examples from UAE itself, that a guy who said, I was a bellboy. I attended one training and I thought, why I cannot be the GM of the hotel? And 15 years later, this guy today is general manager of a hotel.
Nice. Yeah.
I met another gentleman. He joined as a cleaner, and today he's group HR director for multiple properties.
Yeah.
And it all happened because somebody inspired them.
Yes.
And somebody made them believe that you are more than what you think you are.
Correct.
And I think that applies to you and me as well.
It does.
And to our viewers as well.
Yes.
Right. So, in your case, Lavish, you also have managed L&D across different cultures.
Yeah.
And you are working in one of the most diverse, countries.
Yeah.
We have 180 plus nationalities.
Yes.
And you have also, which I also sometimes I feel like I'm lucky that I had to interact with a lot of different industries as a consultant, as a HR professional, L&D professional as well. But you also have worked across different industries and in one of the most diverse market. So I want to know what challenges you faced when you started working in this diverse environment, and how did you overcome those challenges? What an L&D professional need to learn, to deal with this diversity?
So, with the change in different geographic locations, South Africa was a completely different market. So I was training in India, pan-India, understood knowledge, all of that. Then when South Africa happened for me, that's when I realized not everything can be copy-pasted.
Yes.
Or I cannot use as is. So, changing and amending things based on the need for that location or for a different organization altogether could be a challenge if not done right. And if not identified on the right time. It could be possible that, you would apply all of that and then later you realize we were not supposed to do this altogether.
Yeah.
So this could be the small challenge initially, but can become very big challenge for the project or for an L&D professional, because at the end of the day, you will realize whatever you've trained is not required at all.
Yes.
Maybe, and they were just sitting there because, they're going to go out and then they will say, you know what, why was I even sitting there? Similarly, when I came into UAE, different organizations, different culture, different set of people altogether, mixed nationalities here we have.
Yes.
The thought process for every individual, the way they think and process information is totally different.
Yes.
The way an Indian gonna think. Within India itself, you have so much of diversity. From north, you go towards south, you have so much of diversity. And languages are changing. You need to keep on adapting yourself, because language barrier could be a massive challenge one can face. You are in an Arab country. While Dubai is fast forward, very inviting, but you have a lot of different nationalities.
Yes.
Thankfully, English being a common language. Hindi is also spoken here. Arabic is another predominant language here amongst all the other small native languages and other languages. Uh, if your target audience language, if it's Arabic, for example, in UAE or GCC region, and you have to train, and if you don't know that language, it's definitely a challenge. And I did see that challenge for myself also. And that's one of the reasons that I started, picking on certain Arabic words, phrases, basic conversations. My team members, current team members, I have Arabic, speakers as well. And I try to interact with them as much as in Arabic. I learn from them.
Yeah.
I say, you teach me, I'll teach you Hindi.
Yes.
So a give and take relation.
True.
And touch wood, I've got some fantastic team members who have been very kind in supporting me with the language and hearing my nonsense sometimes because when you mispronounce the word, it might mean something else altogether.
Absolutely. Yes.
So language can be a big challenge for any L&D professional. The other would be if you're not relevant and if your interventions, your conversations are not relevant for that industry, then it will be of no use. It'll be worthless.
True.
What I did for, let's say, a fashion retailer versus an automotive, the target audiences are totally different. The value they bring into the business is totally different. The way they process information and their motivations are totally different. So if you will not adapt to your styles and your pitch, your interventions based on those, you will never be able to succeed and make difference into the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in fact, I want to ask a personal question.
Sure.
So I have been on both the sides. I have been head of L&D for a company in India. 67 branches we had across 29 states. So I remember traveling in 6 months. I had to cover all 67 branches.
Yeah.
So continuously traveling. Every week I'm flying. So when I came on the other side of the table as a corporate trainer, my first question to myself was, I'll be able to understand the context of this training? Because when you are in the organization as a corporate L&D team, head of the corporate L&D, you understand your business objectives, you understand challenges, you understand the culture,
Correct.
you understand diversity, you understand all the limitations as well.
Right.
But when someone like me wears a nice suit and, goes there and talks to your people and just presents some models to them, I thought like how I'm going to do justice because I don't know the people.
Yeah.
So what advice you would give to a person like me who just, one day suddenly appears in your training room and, starts sharing, about all the best practices. And sometimes, unfortunately, there are even snake oil salesman kind of training, right? Which is irrelevant. And, just because everyone is talking about it, let's have it as well.
Correct.
So, for a corporate trainer who, as an internal corporate L&D team, what advice you will give to these trainers who would like to come and deliver some session to your team members?
Sure. So I do work with quite a few, learning partners, freelancers and external partners. So every time we look into specific intervention, I know the business context. I know what the need is because we have done that TNA exercise internally and we exactly know who needs to be worked on what, and we have bucketed them in different batches. And we also know what is the outcome we are looking at from an organizational lens. That's if we are able to communicate that exactly to the learning partner or a freelancer or external organization. And if they're able to receive that well.
Yes.
If they are able to ask right questions to me, because sometimes I'm involved in a lot of things. I will give you half an hour or 45 minutes meeting maximum. It's like, okay, this is what you're looking at. This is the need. This is what we want. Give us your proposal. And then comes the costing and everything later. So the advice would be ask right question, utilize that time of half an hour meeting that you've got for your sales pitch.
Yes.
Right questioning will get you the right proposal. Once you have the right proposal, your client not going to do to and fro.
Absolutely.
Because most of the time what happens is from external partner perspective, the deal drops at the proposal stage itself because the proposal itself is not up to the mark.
And it's
Because
not, really not relevant at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you do 2 or 3 or 4 5 conversations, that's when you will realize your first proposal versus your actual proposal has a lot of difference. Your training agenda is totally different.
Right.
Maybe the methodology has changed, or the content of the training delivery itself has changed or evolved, or the target audience, it was not relevant for them.
Yes.
So if you ask the right questions, you will be able to put right proposal. Cost is irrelevant. If the proposal is right,
Yes.
if you are able to show me this is the outcome you're looking at, we will deliver that. This is what we'll take to deliver this. And this is how we're going to deliver it in this much of time.
Right.
That is what I'm looking at from my learning partner.
Absolutely.
And of course, I need to put that in the costing frame if it fits in.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, absolutely. It's very important to understand the learner profiles. It's very important to understand the context of the organization as we were speaking. So would you like to share with me some big win that you had as an L&D person?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I have been in those shoes, and one of the managing director, he one day called me and he said, Yogesh, can you see I'm signing a check? And it was around 50,000 dirham, 10 lakh Indian rupees. And he said, for which training I'm signing this for? Because it was my first week in the company. And I said, I have no idea. He said, your team had an email etiquette training. And this is an email. He showed me the monitor of one of my general managers. After paying this, 10 lakh rupees, this is the email that I'm getting. And I completely get what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
He was talking about return on investment.
Yeah.
And being responsible with our budgets and being responsible with the objective of L&D function. So can you share with me some of the projects where you felt like it was a good, healthy return on investment for the organization, and how L&D helped organization in achieving its objective?
Sure.
Yeah.
So during the tenure, a lot of projects worked. Let me pick one of the examples first from South Africa. So while it was a government, project, and so during that time, the students that we trained, they got placed, they got jobs. That was a prime outcome we were looking at. It was a win-win. So we were able to achieve that. It took a lot of intervention. Different teams came together, worked on that. Here in UAE, if I talk about from a sales perspective, so a lot of different organizations, they have different focuses. They want to develop experts. They want to see how training contributed to the business financially.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes very difficult based on the intervention. If I am doing behavioral training, how will I show in numbers that because of emotional intelligence training that I did for you, your business increased by 10x or 100,000, for example. Versus when I do a sales training, it becomes very easy for me. So when I do a sales training, I exactly know, or if I develop any expert, I exactly know how I'm going to tackle that. You take your sales data, you train the employee, you monitor those data and the progress throughout without leaving a hold on to it. But during this, you need to work across a lot with stakeholders, your business leaders, your line managers, HODs, employee himself, and a lot of follow-up, a lot of checks so that everybody has their own priorities. This is your priority. So you don't drop the ball. So once this is done, then you track how the employee has progressed. 2 months, 3 months journey, whatever it is, defined, agreed beforehand, and say, okay, this is the target we take from a training perspective to help the business. Post the training, this is how we're going to work.
Yeah.
And then you reflect. So on a model scale, you have Patrick. So this is level 4, where you showcase the business impact.
Yes.
And a lot of interventions where you cannot show directly business impact. And that's level 3, that's your behavior. Some of the interventions indirectly, yes. In a longer run, yes, because of the behavior, the culture, and the culture, a lot of people came, recruitment costs reduced, retention happened,
efficiency in terms of time saved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Process improvements.
Yeah.
Those kind of impacts you can show.
Yeah.
In a longer run, detailed study, yes, that can be converted into financial, but that's a very stretched out exercise.
Right.
Versus process and efficiency. So I always look at 2 aspects in this. One is ROI, which is return on investment, purely financially. And the second one is return ROE, return on expectations. So my stakeholder has an expectation to train these guys to be well groomed, to greet everybody, for example, as simple as that.
Yes.
Are they all doing that? Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. So this is something that I'm hearing for the first time. Return on expectations.
Yeah.
And I'm sure stakeholders love that.
Yeah.
Because they know the pain points.
Yeah.
They know the pain areas. And I'm sure they understand the importance of greeting, using the right language, using the right grooming standards for industries like hospitality, retail, and all of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your stakeholders just want you to go there and fix this.
Yes.
Greeting is not happening in hospitality or in retail. This is one of the essential pieces, because it's all about customer focused industry. You go in a hotel, you go in a hospital, you go in any retail outlet or any retail shop, anywhere you go, this becomes one of the essentials. So if they want, my staff needs to smile. I cannot train anybody to smile.
Yeah.
But I can always motivate them to smile. We can always have those elements going on. So if I'm able to do that, my stakeholder gives me the feedback. Yes, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
That's a win for me.
So one of the things which, and very interesting, and one of the things that I feel like helped some of my clients, especially with customer service, was mindfulness. Because today we are looking at a generation that is completely distracted. In fact, as we used to say mass destruction, now we have to use the word mass distraction.
Yeah.
So this distraction of social media, everyone is on their phone, everyone is lost, their energy is drained into their devices.
Yeah.
So once your energy and focus is gone, how would you be present on the job? How would you shake the hand? How would you smile and greet a person?
Yeah.
So that's interestingly that the reconnect that happens with mindfulness. I was amazed to see some of the results, and of course, this is, I think, something which the world needs today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very interesting. Okay, moving on. Toughest leadership challenges you have faced.
Toughest leadership challenges.
Yeah.
For any leader, one of the toughest situation could be when, you don't have team members to drive things. As a leader, you're supposed to lead. You have a strategy, you have the plan, you know what needs to be done, but then you find yourself short with hands because you only have a limited time to get it done. Either you do it internally or you do it with external support. But at that time, making a right decision sometimes becomes challenging, considering a lot of external and internal factors, which play very important and vital role in any professional's life, because they will always find themselves in this dilemma. But I think, having said that, one of the prime element from a challenge perspective would be when you say something, when you put your brain, put your thoughts, and then when you go out there and you show, okay, this is how we do it, this is what we do it, energy, full enthusiasm, put all your energy there. even after all the external, internal challenges. And then suddenly prioritization,
Yeah.
it just changes.
Yes.
Okay, we wanted that, but it was until now. Let's do this. So those are challenges. Yes, I am not away from them. I have been there, done that, moved ahead with them. But those are kind of challenges I've also faced, where mentally you got to be strong. You got to realign your wires instantly. Your emotional intelligence needs to be strong.
Yes.
So that, all right, fair enough. Business ask, priorities have changed. Maybe there is a bigger element, something somewhere, and let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's go and support the business. Let's drive this priority for the client.
Right.
So I think that was one of the challenges I faced, and I've addressed it. It's just self-alignment. Maybe I'll just go take a cup of coffee and I come back and say, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And this is the plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So in fact, what you are saying, you're using two important things here. One is talent.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with you. There is a talent shortage.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, in our organization, we primarily hire for 3 roles. So business development, HR consultants, and third one is your trainers.
Yeah.
And believe me, it's so hard to find a good sales consultant. It's hard to find a good HR consultant who can actually go and change something in an organization.
Correct.
And it's really, really tough to find a great trainer.
It is very difficult sometimes, because to hire someone internally, if you're looking at, I need to strengthen the team. We have this strategy for this. This is the kind of a support and the team we require. And in order to find that right resource, very challenging in the very competitive market in which we are.
Yeah.
Forget India.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the shortage of right talent is definitely there, because if I'm not going to have the right talent, I'm not going to be able to produce and deliver the kind of quality I want. So if I'm not able to do that, I'll go external. Finding a right learning partner, very critical, because if I have, get anybody on board, one, they are there. If they're not going to deliver on time to me, they're of no good. If their cost does not fall into my bracket, they're no good. If they don't deliver what I expect, they're no good.
Yeah.
So they deliver what I expect?
Yeah.
In the cost I want, in the time frame I want, by the trainer who is always appreciated by my team,
right,
or my learners? Sometimes it gets very challenging.
Very challenging.
Either or the other elements is always out of the reach.
Absolutely.
Either they are very costly, or they need more time,
absolutely,
or they have some extra surpluses.
Yeah. So absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. So even the next point you said was self-management for a leader.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the, again, shortage in the leadership teams that I have seen is self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like you said, I have to align myself before I start blaming others.
Yeah.
And that comes with some sort of emotional intelligence. And that, of course, the foundation of emotional intelligence is self-awareness.
Yeah.
Once you are aware of what is going on inside you, then only you can control what is going on outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the most important leadership lessons,
Absolutely. Because as a leader, you need to be aware not only about your emotions, but your leadership style. But it's as much as it's internal, it's also external. If I have a team and if I know your strength and your development areas, I can route and assign the work in such a way that you will enjoy, because that's your strength and you will perform and outshine.
Yeah.
So you will continue to excel in that.
And
at the same time, I will be able to balance the work. I will be able to get the work done faster while keeping the team motivated. So as much as I need to know myself, my trigger points, my emotions, as a leader, I must also know my team, and just not only, be like a pushover. Okay, do this. So that's not a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Great. So now let's talk about the future.
Yeah.
And when we think about the future of anything after year 2020, we have to add AI to that.
Yes. AI is right there.
Yeah.
It's here.
It's sprinkled over everything that we do.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So right from talent acquisition till talent development,
Yeah.
everywhere there is AI element. So and of course we will not limit this discussion to AI.
Sure.
There are many technologies like metaverse, the
Yeah.
environment itself, AR, VR technology that is coming up.
Absolutely.
So where do you see L&D going in the next 5 years, let's say at least,
Mhm.
if not 10, 20 years? So
Sure.
let's see where do you see what changes are coming in the next 5 years?
Sure. So let me start from sharing how the evolution of learning and development that I've seen, experienced, been through that journey. So initially, it was, in India we had boom era of BPOs and KPOs, when like a boom, and everybody is like, youngsters out of the college, 20,000 salary, wherein government employees getting 5,000, 40 years age. So that era, it was more of voice and accent trainings. So that's how the trainings evolved in India as a concept. So you had a lot of voice and accent trainings. Everybody wants to be a voice and accent trainer. And then it evolved to communication, neutral language skills training. And from there, it became communication, and more on the behavioral training came into play. And then soft skills. And that's where all these concepts of Johari and everything started populating loudly, and are you a behavioral trainer? Wow. And after that, it evolved into, technology. LMS came in from classrooms. It started adopting LMS. So now we are saying blended trainings. And from here, you have blended, you have virtual, you have classroom, you have self-paced, you have a lot of other tools which have come into play. LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, Coursera, a lot of different tools. So LMS. Then came LXP, learning experience.
Right.
You're just learning, but how is it experiential for you? So make it better, evolve it. So the technology evolved, the interventions evolved. Then came the era of coaching and mentoring.
Yeah.
And now we are in the era of AI, where everything gonna be into AI. 5 years down the line, it's gonna be more into AI. A lot of classroom trainings gonna be very limited to, it'll be more like niche. Classroom training is gonna be niche now. From where it has been coming, everything is classroom. It will reach to a level, as I foresee, gonna be more of niche intervention. I'm gonna do for this niche population, maybe for my high post or for my leadership. Call them, do an intervention, external, internal, however that's gonna happen. Rest gonna be self-paced journeys, learning journeys, experiential journeys, mentoring. All of this gonna be massive, and VR and AR gonna take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Specifically for the industries who are in a customer-oriented environment. So to train their employees, if they use simulations, it's more like simulation.
Yes.
So you put them on a VR or an AR technology, put a right course. So the instructional designers' roles gonna be evolving a lot, because they're gonna be playing a very important role in designing all these learning frameworks and the experience journeys.
Right.
Because they are the one who gonna put the storyboards and all of that. This is the frame, all of, that's how the journey gonna go. And this is the kind of experience we're gonna look at. Trainer role will not be there. It'll be very limited to niche population, where you come in, interact, or you do check-ins, or you do coachings, or you have a personal connect sessions. So it's going to be more reduced with the evolution of technology. AI, my team, a lot of professionals in L&D field I know currently using AI. L&D, non-L&D, everybody's using ChatGPT is next Google for that.
Absolutely.
So we use a lot for content designing. A lot of L&D professionals are using that to make their presentations look much fancier, much easier. Canva is right there. It's giving you templates.
There's Canva.
Canva. They're just giving you ready templates. You just have to choose. You need to be intelligent enough to translate that into certain formats.
Yes.
Or formats into your vision board.
Yeah.
So AI is there. It's just seeping in.
Yeah.
How you upskill yourself with the technology gonna decide your as a professional next years to come.
Like they say, AI will not take your job, but a
It'll-
professional who uses AI
Yes,
will take your job.
exactly.
And L&D professionals, they have to use it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Lavish, with my own experience, I have spent a lot of time designing content.
Yeah.
And used to spend hours and hours and sometimes weeks on working on a module.
Yeah.
Even now, I love doing that. That's something that drives me, making the next presentation, the next training program.
Yeah.
But what I know with AI, from last 2-3 years, I'm using AI every single day. The things that used to take 1 week, now that takes 1 hour,
Yes.
maximum 2 hours.
Yes.
And all the design work and everything that you may hire someone to do for you, that now you can just do it yourself.
Absolutely.
So it's very, very efficient.
Mhm.
So absolutely, I agree with that. But one thing which I am a little bit concerned
Mhm.
with AI, I feel we are in an age, this new generation, Gen Z as we call
Yeah.
them, they are the ones who need human touch most.
Yeah.
They are the ones that need coaching,
Yeah.
mentoring,
Yeah.
training. I know a lot of kids. Now my son is almost 17-year-old.
Hmm.
And of course, I'm trying to make sure that he is having that patience and, some sort of struggle in life and some sort of failures that he goes through, because AI is making, this utopia for you.
Correct.
Where everything is provided.
Yeah.
And you feel like you can do anything.
Yeah.
And when you fail, you struggle. You don't know
Correct.
how to handle it.
Correct.
And that's where these mentors, these coaches, that personal touch in training, that comes, that becomes very important.
It
Like
does.
the instructor.
Mm.
I know in my training programs, the content is, let's say 80-90% is the content which we have to teach, the concepts. But 10% is always that personal experience and that attitude that I want to give to them. Let me give a quick example.
Yeah.
So I saw on LinkedIn, some new recruiters nowadays, they will post something. I called 10 candidates, only 2 came for the interview. What is happening to the world? Why people are not coming for the interviews? Or they will start complaining about the candidates. Now, in our days, we also face the same challenge, but we never thought it like this. We never had that victim mindset.
Correct.
We always thought like, how I can improve my pitch?
Yeah.
How I can make sure that from 2, I'm getting 5 or 6 people attending the interview.
Correct.
Maybe I did not drop the message on the right time. Maybe in the morning I should have checked. Maybe I should have done something to improve it. But now what I see is that there's a mindset of victimization and blaming others, which I feel is a very wrong mindset, especially with the new generation, professionals and leaders.
Yeah.
And I think they need a lot of hand holding.
Yeah.
I personally feel they need more hand holding than us.
I 100% agree with that, because with the Gen Zs, because the technology, the kids now, they 4 years, 5 years, and they know how do you operate an iPhone
Yes.
or a Samsung device. And probably the parents do not know as much as features as the kid. So the generations, the time in which we are right now, it's evolving so fast, so rapidly, with the lot of new elements coming in. It is going to change a lot. With that, having said that, the emotional piece
Yes.
will need or need to be plugged in at every level.
Yeah.
Because with technology, with AR or VR or virtual assistants, you will never have that personal touch. You will never have that a feeling of somebody standing and giving you a hug and say, it's okay.
Yes.
No problem.
Or well done, or some recognition, or pat on the back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with the virtual, even with the evolving evolution in technology, you can change the voice, happy voice or sad voice or emotional voice. but you will never have that modulation of a human voice.
Absolutely. Because it's not just voice, it's the energy as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because this energy is, contagious.
Yes.
If I am happy, I'm laughing, even though you are upset or you're sad, you will get in a flow with me at certain point in time and you will feel it's okay, relax.
Absolutely.
If you're crying, if you're upset, even if I'm happy, either I'll be sad or you will be happy.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
I have a bunny at home.
Yeah.
She's now just 2-3 months old.
Yeah.
Quick, sweet little bunny.
Yeah.
She changed the entire energy of my house. Every morning she jumps here and there, and she brought this joy
Yeah.
to the entire house.
Mm.
So even pets, they understand this concept of energy and they can change the energy
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is my message to all young professionals, right? So please connect with people, have meaningful network.
Yeah.
If you don't want mentors, at least have friends.
Absolutely. They must have friends, a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And while, Facebook and all of these social media channels, we connect with a lot of people. We have so many followers, but out of all those followers, how many people we actually talk to?
Absolutely.
They will throw likes in, which is good,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. You're out there, you are doing something good for yourself for the future. But out of all that, how many people do you actually speak, interact? A lot of times within the families itself, the conversation, the connection, the emotional piece, it all starts from there. How you yourself internally reflect on yourself, and then what you reflect is what you're gonna portray outside.
Absolutely.
So if you want a meaningful connection, if you want to establish yourself as a healthy leader, you need to display all the qualities.
Yeah.
What you want to receive.
Yeah.
If you want people to come and say good job in person, rather than sending you a WhatsApp message, you start doing that yourself.
Absolutely.
That's from a generation,
Yeah.
current generation to previous ones. It applies to everywhere, and it will always be applicable even in the future generations.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that reminds me of the recent award that you won. So congratulations on winning.
Thank you so much. I mean, it was a surprise, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was sitting and discussing with one of my team members, and we're like, what could be that which would recognize the efforts, and unbiased, which also looks into the holistically, not just titles and all of that, holistic approach and genuine acknowledgement. And that's when it's like, okay, then we came across HRME has opened, the awards, like,
Yeah.
let's do the complete write-up. Let's prepare the case and submit.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
we
Wonderful.
got that.
Yes.
So
Congratulations once
Thank
again
you
on
so
winning that. And that because why it reminded me, because the community, the
Yeah.
HRME community, our purpose is exactly the same, to
Yeah.
help people network, learn from each other and grow. I was so happy to see these HR professionals and L&D leaders
yes,
playing those games and, remember.
absolutely, because we are the ones who
Yeah.
are, conducting them for
Yeah.
everybody.
Absolutely.
But it was, to be honest, it was really exciting to see all the HR L&D professionals there, for someone doing for them. Because most of the times in the organizations, it's HR, L&Ds, they're driving the engagement, appreciations, recognitions, ceremonies, cake, as simple as cake cutting.
Yeah.
So they're organizing everything, they're doing everything,
Yeah.
they're celebrating for everything.
Yes.
But it was so good to see, it has been done for us.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
I would say.
Absolutely. Yes.
So yeah, but thank you very much for that. It was
Yeah,
really, really, really nice.
Yeah. So I would say it's just the beginning, because there are a lot of things in pipeline in future. And this is one of the, those things.
This is and this also came to me as a surprise.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful. So, Lavish, now we'll have some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So let's see how you perform in that.
I hope I'll do justice.
Yeah. One word your friends would use to describe you.
Yin yang.
Yin yang. So can you explain a little bit?
So they say you have two sides, Lavish. One, you're very focused and you don't want anybody to disturb you. When you're highly focused. If somebody disturbs you, it's like touch me not. Because you just want to, you're just so engrossed. And second one is you will never let anybody just sit idle. You're so energetic. You're always cracking jokes and keeping things light. So you have two sides. It's like yin and yang.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, I think that is one word I can use for myself as well.
I was like, get the work done. We have timelines. We
Yeah.
have deliverables, right? And they're like, no, we need time.
Yeah.
Tab yalla, finish.
Yes. Okay. Biggest misconception about learning and development.
That learning and that training is just going there and training, and developing content is just putting some PPT and showing to people. That's the biggest misconception people have. It takes a lot of efforts from L&D professionals to curate that 8 hours program and to deliver that 8-hour program, stand there 8 hours, showcasing that continuously consistency in the energy, the deliverables, engaging the audience, so that no one audience is, it was not good for me at the end of the day. So we need to ensure that everybody's engaged. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of efforts, days of work to deliver 1 day session.
Yeah.
So it's not just standing there doing the training.
All right. Wonderful. One thing you do before every training session.
I look at my audience and I just smile at everybody and I greet everybody. I ensure I shake hands wherever it's, okay. But greeting, yes, everybody, so that, I personally invite everybody, like, hello, hi, relaxed, relaxed emotions, not any tense element.
Yeah.
They should not feel, there's a trainer
Yeah.
and all of that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
he's another friend.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Wonderful. An L&D trend you are obsessed with right now.
AI.
Okay.
One of, a lot of L&D professionals are there in my connect. We keep brainstorming, talking, what's happening new, what can I use here, what can I use there, and they keep telling me this and this tool. I was like, can you teach me? How did you do that? And they're like, I use this AI. I say, tell me. And then I research and I check, and next thing I do is I'm creating on that tool.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That shows your learnability and flexibility as well. One book or podcast, maybe, you recommend to every HR or L&D leader?
Well, I would recommend everybody to follow this podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the first thing I'll do.
Yeah.
From a book perspective, this book is not learning, not a subject mastery, but this book is more, it's easy, casual book. Tuesdays with Maury. I read it earlier, and it's kind of personal, emotional connect. I think the generation coming along, or in the rise of AI and technology, I think this can trigger certain emotional elements in people. Beautiful book, not very thick, not very small, but it's right size, right number of pages. You can easily sit, read, understand, absorb.
Wonderful. So we are going to put it in our podcast as well, so people can see this. Okay. If you had to start your career all over, what's the first thing you do differently?
I'll get into training before.
Okay. Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Dream dinner guest, dead or alive?
Dream dinner guest.
Yeah.
Oh, this is this.
Think about it.
Dream dinner guest would be maybe I don't know, maybe a celebrity or presidents. No president.
No politicians.
No politician.
Yeah.
No politician.
Yeah.
I hate politics.
Yeah.
I know every organization has something or the other.
Right.
But I try to stay as much as away as possible. politics and politicians, stay away. I'm okay, I'm neutral, but
Yeah.
I vote.
Yes.
But stay away.
Yes.
Dream guest. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This is very difficult now.
Yeah. Even if the person is dead, somebody who inspired you.
From an inspiration perspective, I don't have. I do not see anybody who I look up to who's inspiring me. I do have a lot of mentors. I do look up to them for different things. I do have friends. I look up to them for their certain qualities, which I try to bring into me. So I don't have any one figure in mind that this is the guy I want to be like.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Maybe Ambani.
Yeah.
He can give me some business tricks. And
Yes. For a moment, I thought you said there is no man in my mind. So maybe
woman.
Hollywood actress. It's a dinner date, right?
It could be Jessica Alba there.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. So it was lovely, Lavish. It was such a nice conversation, and I enjoyed a lot. I hope you also enjoyed.
I had a fantastic time connecting with you, Yogesh, to be honest. It never felt any awkward. We never had any awkward moment. The moment I stepped in, till now, we have been laughing, talking, smiling, and that energy exchange, I echo it completely.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So thank you for appearing in this podcast.
Pleasure to have.
I'm sure there will be a lot of HR and L&D professionals who are going to watch this and learn some part of it. I'm sure everyone is knowledgeable nowadays.
Maybe
But
we
at
have-
least
of course.
if we can bring some change in your life. So do follow HRME podcast. And I again thank you, Lavish, for
Thank
appearing.
you. Thank you very
And
much.
we will have you over again, I guess, someday.
For sure, anytime.
Yeah. So it was pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.